with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Come to us for your news and opinions. We got a voice. There is no choice. Wisdom voice in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. In your house is a perfect distraction. Pump in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Smooth.
What's up, guys? What's cracking? Hollywood House. In your house. We back. We ready to make a movie. I hope you guys are ready to make a movie. I hope you guys are with the shits, because we're with the shits, and we're ready to talk a little wrestling. That is right. You already know the vibes. Anytime we slide on through, we're here to give you that work when it comes to this professional wrestling business. And guys, that is exactly what we do and have been doing for as long as we've been doing it. So, guys, you know, we've been trying to give y'all content and give y'all that work. And last weekend, me and my guy Voice, we gave you guys a lot of content, 3 episodes over the course of the weekend. We were really putting in that work, and I was very proud of, the work that we did in that weekend. So this past weekend, I was actually over at Emerge Wrestling for Emerge 78, whatever may come, doing commentary as I normally do. I do color commentary for one of the best promotions in the Midwest, in my mind, personally, and that's how I feel. So we were going to capitalize on what was such an amazing episode last week that was in dedication to my friend Nick Kupel, and we had so much amazing traction in the chat and so much amazing viewership. It was one of our most watched on social media, and also one of our most downloaded in quite a while on the podcast version. So we had a lot of great work, and I was proud of the work that we did, but we didn't get a chance to give you guys an episode on Sunday, man. They've been working your boy on top of the fact that I wasn't going to let down my obligations to Emerge Wrestling. So they got me working the entire weekend, guys. This isn't a sob story. It's not that. We all got to work. We all are working and trying to take care of our families. So this isn't a sob story. This is transparency. Working 8 straight days and working for the wrestling promotion that I do a whole lot of work for and have blessed to have been doing a whole lot of work for the last few years. So we didn't get a chance to get a Sunday episode out there. So I thought it was very important to go ahead and give you guys not just any episode, but a really good episode. And we got a great one planned for you today. And of course, I'm not doing this on my own. I got my co-host here. That is my man, The Voice, Josh Joseph. How's it going, brother man?
How goes it, my friend? It's great to be here in the household once again, here on IYH in your house. I love it, man, and I cannot wait to get into today's subjects.
Yes, man, we have a great episode planned for today, Voice, and I'm really excited for it, man. Because one thing about me and you that, we're still, we've been doing this together for quite a few months now, and then you broke off and you did your own thing, and then just, whatever will be, and you flew back to In Your House. We're happy to have you back
home.
Yes, man, we're happy to have you back. But one thing that we've learned in this budding friendship, relationship, podcast partnership is that we're both fans of tournament style competition.
Oh yeah.
In many different sports.
Oh yeah. I love all of them. The ends of the season. I love the NBA finals because we get to see the best of the best go out there and play a little basketball.
Yes.
Hockey, I mean, that's the only time I get excited about hockey is when they have the Stanley Cups going on. Yep. Baseball is such a great American pastime, but
yes,
Even their tournament at the end, it may be long, it may be tedious, but it's so exciting. You see someone hit a home run with everybody on base, call it a grand slam, and walk off with the championship ring. That's amazing. And then you get into King of the Ring, and that's the best one yet, because you're taking the best of the best on the men's and the women's division now. You have King and Queen of the Ring, and they're just going to go at it, and we are going to crown a king and a queen at the end of this. And I honestly cannot wait to see who it is. I have so many ideas of who it could be, but we'll get into that. We'll get it. I'm excited.
I can tell, man. Listen, it's cool because I'm excited too, bro. I'm excited too because once again, tournament style competition is incredible. And let me rewind. Let me back up here a little bit. There's many reasons why I'm excited. Honestly, many reasons, because like me and my son just went to Game 4 of the Pacers NBA playoffs against the Bucks, and it was such an amazing feeling to be a part of one of those Indiana Pacer playoff crowds, because we've been starving for playoff success for like 10 years, and we've made the playoffs here and there, but since 2014, it's been first round exits and nothing relevant, anything like that. This is like the most relevant Pacer playoff run in the last 10 years. So like that, I think about that, but there's other aspects to it too, as far as tournaments, and in many different tournaments, Voice, you see star making performances. You see people whose legacies are defined by these tournaments, who have had big moments in these tournaments. Need I say the name Stone Cold Steve Austin? I mean, come on.
Dude, he honestly made one of the biggest splashes in the tournament. I mean, It gave him his whole persona. He became Stone Cold 316 Austin that day. Yeah, I mean, even if we hearken to the NBA, like you were speaking, what's his name? Anthony Edwards?
Oh, yes.
I mean, come on. And plus, let's not just step over the fact that the Pacers beat the Bucks.
Yeah.
In the first round. Now, that Bucks team is not really a joke. I mean, they got to put some more pieces in that puzzle together, but Giannis is always a threat. And for the young Pacers to take out him, that's an accomplishment, man. And plus the fans in that atmosphere, you got to love that. Love that.
That's one of the reasons why I love Indiana so much, because when they have their hometown heroes, damn it, they get behind their hometown heroes strong. And I just love it. I love it so much, man. And tournaments will do that. Tournaments create stars. And man, we want to talk a little bit about the current King of the Ring tournament that's going down, because honestly, bro, the way this is panning out, it's actually turning out to be a really well done and fun tournament style competition of professional wrestling, and the prestige that me and you remember from years ago, the prestige that the King of the Ring carried. And then in the last 10-15 years, not so much. Not so much. But listen, I'm excited. Because the way we're going right now, and the way they're taking the way they're presenting this tournament, it feels like something is like they're going to actually. And it's just like Hype said. I believe it was last week he said it. He said, as long as there is a reward for this tournament, because look at the way they're presenting this tournament and how well it's been presented. I think it's been presented very well. None of that means anything if there's no a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow here to get to. What do you think about that, Voice?
No, I'm 100% with you and Jones on that one. And I also believe Paragon really drove that home too.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. You have to have something at the end of it. Yes, being labeled the king or queen of the ring is great and fantastic and a feat in itself. But to have that championship opportunity that comes with that, like it did back in the day, that's where you can cement your Stone Cold Steve Austins. That's where you can, who was our last Queen of the Ring? Wasn't it Vega? It was Vega?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now think about that. Once she won that, she was doing some really cool stuff with the Queen of the Ring, coming out and acting like she was the Queen of the Ring.
Yeah.
I like that. It makes me really miss people like Owen Hart and things like that. I mean, when you got guys that can go out there and really absorb the idea of being a king, or a female going out there and absorbing and being the Queen of the Ring, it's almost like a whole persona you can take on yourself and run with. I mean, we keep bringing it up. Stone Cold beat the crap out of newly turned over Jake the Snake's Bible thumping Roberts. And he made a mockery out of it, and it coined his catchphrase that people were wearing, people were chanting, all that stuff. So you have so much opportunity, like you said. It's going to, any tournament style competition is bound to bring out a superstar in some aspect or another. And King of the Ring, to me, is the pinnacle of the area that you can do that with WWE, because that's what it is. King and Queen of the Ring. That's a thing. Like, that's royalty of the damn ring. I mean, King Booker, why are people not following behind that anymore?
Listen, man. So we're definitely we're gonna talk more about this tournament. I think we're gonna do a little bracketology here on In Your House, talk about that. But man, like I said, we really wanted to give them that Sunday episode, that Sunday feel. And I know that it's Monday, but I want to pull in that Sunday feel here. And man, Voice, I can't think of a better thing on a Sunday afternoon than sitting around watching an old school professional wrestling match with your buddy and just talking some wrestling. So I got a special little situation. We have a special little situation here for the household and our viewing and listening audience. We're going to actually keep it in the spirit of the King of the Ring tournament, and we're going to do a little blast from the past watch along. So on the second half of this episode, after myself and the Voice, Josh Joseph, do a little bracketology here for the 2024 King of the Ring tournament. We're going to chill out, get a drink, get your favorite little narcotic, whatever that may be. I'm not judging you. And we're gonna sit and we're going to watch the 1997 finals of the King of the Ring tournament, where Hunter Hearst Helmsley, that is, faced Mankind in the finals. We're gonna chill out, sit and watch that one, and that's gonna be a great watch. We were in the chat. We were in the chat, guys, and we were talking about it. I brought up a couple of different matches, and then when I brought up old Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, going up against Mankind, man, I tell you guys, Voice just flocked to that one real quick. He was like, that one, I want to watch that one. And I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. So he flocked to that one really quick. So I hope you guys are as excited as he and I am for watching that. But let's jump into a little bracketology, man. Let's talk a little King of the Ring 2024. Let's jump right into it. So, man, tonight you guys are going to be... Well, if you guys are watching this live, Monday Night Raw is tonight. If you guys are going to be listening to the podcast version, then Monday Night Raw may have already happened. So, however you guys are viewing us, we're going to talk a little bit of the matches here, because we have the quarterfinals that's going on for Monday Night Raw tonight. And also, I just want to bring in real quick, because the last time we talked about this, we didn't realize that there was two sides to the bracket. So So I want to bring that in. I did not realize, like, last time we talked about it, we did not know there was two sides to the bracket. So we're going to jump right into this one real quick. But what are you thinking about the way that it seems like they're expanding the tournament? Like, it really feels like they're taking it, like, very seriously to span it in the way they're spanning it. It feels like there's thought behind it in my mind. But what do you think about the two-sided bracket?
No, I love it. And I love the fact that we didn't know. And that now it's like, it's honestly, everybody take all the picks that you heard us give out and wipe them clean, because
you got to throw them out the window.
Yeah, because there could be totally different picks from all of us. But we'll get to that. You know, you'll get the in your house picks. But yeah, you nailed it best. They're giving this an excitement. They're giving it a feel, as it should. I mean, it's the King of the Ring. We need to I remember when it was a thing, man. It was like something you looked forward to, because I remember watching Kurt Angle in the King of the Ring, and just the amazing talents that you have that can come out of that. It needs to be pumped up. It needs to feel special. So I love what they're doing. I think this year is great promotion, especially based around the NBA finals. A lot of finals going on. You got the NHLs going on. So it does bring it all together and kind of make it like a real nice package that we're going to enjoy, a present from the WWE with the King of the Ring. I'm enjoying it, man.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm also enjoying it. I'm digging the way that it feels bigger. It feels real.
Yes.
And I thoroughly enjoy that. So the matches we have, man, these matches here, man. We'll go down. We'll go down these matches one by one here, man, and really break it down. I just wanted to get some of your thoughts on the way the tournament is being presented, because I do enjoy the way that they are presenting the tournament, and I'm loving it. But now we have so much things that's going on here with these matches. We had Kofi Kingston. He just advanced, and he beat Rey Mysterio over the weekend at a WWE live event. And now I have to ask you about this, bro. Like, I want to get into these matches, but once again, and we knew this was going to happen, bro, because there's been so much moving parts with this tournament. I got to ask you, what do you think about them having tournament matches on WWE live events?
I think they should. I think that's a fantastic way. I mean, you're basically double dipping into your own crowd with them enjoying the King of the Ring, and it's not just held to 1 week or one event. You know, it's more spread out. You get to enjoy it. You get to see the advancements, and a lot of people get to see their favorite people, like their favorite wrestlers, you know, that they mostly wouldn't get to see. I mean, come on, Zoe.
Yeah.
Zoe is like somebody that I think is going to really mold herself through this tournament. And I mean, if I'm going to make a prediction, I would love to say, I'm going to say Zoe Stark's going to be the one who makes a statement out of the King of the Ring tournament this year. And I think on the women's side, she's going to be the one who pulls a maybe somewhat, not maybe to the levels of an Austin, but she's going to give us some type of level to where her Austin comes out, and we get to see actually what Zoe Starks is capable of in a wider sense.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I like that. I really do, man. So I guess we could just, I mean, we'll just go where we go, because I have questions. I mean, I just really have questions, and I'm looking at the tournament here, and I'm like, oh, man. So now we realize that my God. So Jade Cargill is going to go up against Nia Jax. Yeah. What do you do with that? You have Jade Cargill, who you have to protect. She just won the Women's Tag Team Championship with Bianca Belair, and now you have her in this tournament match, and she's going up against Nia Jax, who, let's face it, everybody's narrative has changed on Nia Jax over time. Everybody is seeing the work that she's putting in, and how she's really turned her career around. Where do you go with that? I can't say, because there's got to be shenanigans in this match, right? Because Is Nia Jax going to go down to Jade Cargill like that when she's kind of hot herself? I have real questions about this match, Voice.
No, and you should, because it's going to be this is the match that I kind of wanted to see Jade get into. I don't know if I wanted to see it this quick, but it kind of makes sense, though, that you're going to get some of these matches if Jade continues to progress in the tournament. So we're gonna see Jade maybe hit some of those matches that a lot of us fans, once we heard she was coming to the WWE, that we kind of threw out there and wanted to see very quickly. So we're gonna get it, and this kind of could be a really moment for Nia Jax too, because she could take out Jade, and if she takes out Jade, you just took out one of the hottest things in the WWE's women division right now. The new shiny toy that they've brought out. Mm-hmm. And if Nia Jax goes and, kind of puts a beating on Jade, what's that say about Nia? Like, do more of the women respect her because they're seeing what Jade can do in the ring? Put her in a tag team. Her double team work that she has with Bianca is Dudley Boy-esque. It's a fun feature that I'm really enjoying in her tag teams. Yeah. So again, like what you just said, I don't know where they're going to go with this. I really don't, but I kind of like the idea that we are getting this specific match this quick in Jade's in-ring career with the WWE.
Absolutely. No, I agree with you here. So I'm going to read off the remaining participants in the tournament for each side of the brackets for the King and Queen side. So on the King side, remaining participants on Monday Night Raw, Gunther, who will be facing off against Kofi Kingston. I presume that match is going to be tonight on Monday Night Raw. Then Ilya Dragunov versus Jey Uso. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Voice.
I didn't know I wanted that match.
My God. And here we go. Okay, so on what I can only suspect is going to be happening this Friday night, we have, Jesus Christ, Randy Orton versus Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
My God. Okay. And then LA Knight versus Tama Tonga.
Now that's an interesting one too.
This is I love it. I just love it. Okay, I gotta stop gushing. All right, okay, Queen. Okay, so the Queen of the Ring tournament matches happening tonight on Monday Night Raw. Shayna Baszler versus Io Sky. That one, very interested in. Lyra Valkyria versus your dark horse Zoe Stark.
Yep.
The one that we kind of briefly talked about a little bit, Nia Jax versus Jade Cargill. And then, Jesus Christ, Tiffany Stratton versus Bianca Belair.
Yes. Yes.
Come on, guys. Is this not World Wrestling Entertainment trying to put their best foot forward here? I mean, seriously.
It is 100%. And I mean, even outside of that, you have an addition of Becky Lynch versus Dakota.
Yes.
And that's not even, I don't even think that's a part of the tournament, is it?
No.
So, I mean, they're like, hey, we're giving you everything. So,
actually it's Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. It's Liv Morgan.
Did they change it?
That's it. Yeah, it's. I think that's how they set it up. Yeah, Becky and Liv for the Women's World Championship, and then they also have Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable and Bronson Reed for the Intercontinental. God, and then Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul, winner take all. Like, this is not just some slap together like, ho hum, we're gonna fake this King of the Ring, this paper King of the Ring that nobody's going to care about, that nobody's going to give a damn about. So we're just going to slap together a Monday Night Raw and call it Monday Night Raw King of the Ring. No, that's disrespectful to everything that the King of the Ring tournament has and should have always meant to professional wrestling. And damn it, I really feel like we're seeing it right now in this presentation. Dare I say it, King of the Ring feels big again.
Oh, you say it loud, and say it proud, my friend, because I think it is. I mean, like you just pointed out for tonight, that's a Raw. That's not a PLE. That is not something you have to go and search out. This is a Raw. It's going to be live. This is amazing. I haven't been pumped for a Raw like this for a while.
Man.
I mean, before The Rock started making his comeback, and so this is exciting. I really like where you're putting it. That they're making King of the Ring feel important again, and that's exactly what this PL, this tournament needs to be a matter of importance, because it's King and Queen of the Ring. That's not just
a joke. It's not. It should never be a joke. It should never be. It should have never been. It should always have been something prestigious and meaningful. So, okay, let's break this down a little bit here. We'll start. Like I said, I got to contain myself here because I just love what they're doing. I really do, and I'm not going to pretend like I don't. Gunther versus Kofi Kingston, man. What are you thinking?
I think I'm going to enjoy the match, but I'm going to have to say Gunther. He's on a roll. I mean, it's not, even Stevie Wonder can see it, it's like, where do you go? Who do you even think's in front of Gunther that can take him down? I know he did lose his title and everything, but I mean, that was a well fought match, and anybody could have walked out with that title. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say Gunther. I love Kofi though, so Kofi's gonna give us some awesome spots.
Yeah,
he's gonna do his typical Kofi match, but it's gonna be Gunther all the way.
Yeah. I think you're right, man. I think it's Gunther. I really do. Kofi seems like it's giving Twilight stage of his career right now. And that's not disrespectful. I'm just saying that's what it feels like. And it feels like Gunther is not only the future, but he's the here and now. So Gunther, man, Gunther advances. I think it's easy money for both of us. I don't even want to spend a whole lot more time on that match because I want to get your thoughts on the next match that should be going down tonight. Ilya Dragunov versus Jey Uso. What are we even doing anymore? What are we doing anymore? I don't know. I just don't know. I can't. What do you think?
I mean, I got to play politician on this one, or Switzerland. I cannot pick on this one because if either one of these guys walks away with this win, which somebody will, but if either one walks away with it, I could see either one becoming King of the Ring. I could see those two.
Okay, so we're kind of in the same agreement that whoever's going to win King of the Ring is in this match.
Yes.
Okay.
And here's to go on to what I said about the last match. These two, I could see beating Gunther in a match if they give exactly what Sammy gave. I really think that Jay is on a trajectory.
Yeah.
I mean, me and you I posted something in the chat. Me and you talked about it, and it was like, whoa, bud. But yes, he's got some momentum behind him. I mean, if you didn't watch the France crowd and how they responded to him, you missed out because he had that entire crowd in his hands. Same with Dragunov. He's phenomenal. Like, what does he mess up in a ring? And he is so precise. So he's like a surgeon in there. He does not shake. He knows what he needs to do, and he goes in and gets it accomplished. So, like I said, either one of these two could walk out the winner of this match and also the King of the Ring tournament as a whole.
Oh,
it's so hard to pick either.
Hard. It's so hard. It's so hard. Okay. All right. I'm gonna get off the fence here. I'm getting off the fence here because I feel like one of us needs to get. I'm fine with you being on the fence. It's okay, but I feel like for the sake of entertainment, for the audience sake, one of us has to be off the fence. So I guess that's gonna be me. Oh man, the possibility of seeing Dragunov versus Gunther in the semifinals of the King of the Ring tournament. It's so big. It's so big to see. It's a possibility, but we're going to slow our roll here because I think that that's a match that we can see later. I think right now, Jey Uso is, once again, like my man Voice said, on such a trajectory that this is a guy who we have had serious conversations in the group chat, in our group chat, about Jey Uso being World Heavyweight Championship material fast. Like we listen, no disrespect to Jey Uso. I feel like the whole time he's been World Heavyweight Champion material, but now things have changed, especially with that France crowd. You got to be thinking face of the WWE material. You know, can he be one of those upper echelon top guys? If you guys know what I'm talking about, and he's been putting out great work. I think Jey Uso is going to advance in this tournament. And furthermore, I think Jey Uso is going to move on to possibly even winning the tournament, because it's just like, once again, like Voice said, he makes a whole lot of points that I agree with. Sami Zayn beat Gunther, and he proved himself to be one of those guys who can beat Gunther. As a matter of fact, Sami Zayn is somebody who's been toe-to-toe with the best of the best. He took the tribal chief Roman Reigns to his limits. Yeah. So you have to think about that too. And who's somebody who would have been WWE Universal Champion had it not been because of bloodline shenanigans? Jey Uso. Jey Uso can and has pinned Roman Reigns. So why couldn't he pin Gunther?
No, you're 100% on that one. And I could see it because, I mean, you're right. He's had Roman down 1, 2, 3. And just even seeing Dragunov's work, I could see both of these guys taking out Gunther. And yeah, we all know Gunther has been on a roll, and it's hard to stop a boulder of that size coming down the hill.
Yeah, and also I just want to add this too. While I believe there's definitely a story to be told if Gunther were to win the King of the Ring tournament, I think there's also a story to be told if he were to lose in the semifinals or possibly even the finals, because the question is going to be, how does a perennial winner like Gunther respond to losing? How does he respond to coming up short? I think there's a story to be told there, Voice.
Yeah, I agree with you. And let me ask you a question then.
Sure.
Which story do you want to see more? Do you want to see his reign and becoming the King of the Ring, or do you want to see his downfall and him go back up from that?
Oh man, put me on the spot here. It's a good question. Oh, it's a good question. It's a good question. With his historic Intercontinental Championship reign, I do believe that still stands on its own merit, to where he still has prestige on himself. And I feel like that King of the Ring could possibly help somebody else out. That King of the Ring tournament could possibly help somebody else out. So I think there might be a better story to be told about Gunther's response to coming up short that might hit a little bit harder. And for that reason, I think that's the one that I'd want to see. What about you? What about you?
Oh, no, I'm there with you 100%. I like that story. I mean, we've already seen his dominance. We already know that he can do that. We've seen that story. Now let's see that the top of the mountain kind of come down a couple levels and get back up there, because then you also set up for a more meaningful world heavyweight title run. Maybe him getting in at a big PLE. Yeah. Then it gives that more human aspect to it. And I like that. Especially with Gunther, like, who the heck goes, man, I really identify with Gunther. Yeah. I don't know anybody walking around identifying with him.
No. I feel like we've seen Gunther on top for so long that maybe a little bit of adversity will be good for him.
Yeah.
So it could be a good change of pace in the story of Gunther, and we'll see how that goes, man. And I believe that it'll be helpful in his character development moving down the line. And I talk about a guy who's had probably some of the best character development ever in professional wrestling over the years, and I've talked about it many times on this podcast. That's Randy Orton. Randy Orton is going to be going up against Carmelo Hayes in the quarterfinals on the SmackDown side for the King of the Ring tournament. Who do you think's coming out of that one, man?
Story-wise, I want it to be Carmelo, because I really think that, and we spoke about this off camera, but I really like the way Randy Orton can take a talent across the ring from him and make the fans see what we all see and what he sees in that person. Yeah. And for it to be Carmelo at this moment of Carmelo's career, it's going to give him a huge boost. And I think if Carmelo walks away with it, it's a bigger notch in his belt for him to have a win over Randy Orton in a very important tournament, as opposed to Randy Orton having a win over Carmelo Hayes in a very important tournament. You know, it's kind of like I've like I said with Gunther, I've seen you have an amazing title run. Randy Orton, I've seen you have an amazing career, and I kind of feel that Carmelo is going to get a win in this one, and I think it's going to be done very, very well.
Yeah, you know, man, so we talked a little bit earlier in the pod about different tournaments like the NBA playoffs and stuff like that, and I hearken back to those playoffs because I think about a team, and of course I'm going to put my own team over, of course, the Indiana Pacers. The Indiana Pacers, for anybody out there who's not a basketball fan or doesn't follow basketball, Indiana Pacers are right now in the conference semifinals of the NBA playoffs, and I mean, by all accounts, they're playing with house money, ladies and gentlemen. They should not have made it this far. There's nobody who thought the Pacers were going to make it this far, and here they are playing with house money, tying up a series here with the New York Knicks, and we're just looking to roll. And it's honestly, it's one of the better stories in the NBA playoffs right now. And why is it one of the better stories in the NBA playoffs right now? Because it's an underdog story. Because it's a story of a scrappy, young a team full of piss and vinegar that's going out there and giving you 110% and running you off the court each and every single night if they possibly can. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because I see that story in Carmelo Hayes, the young up-and-comer who can make a deep run in this tournament, full of piss and vinegar, that can make his name in this tournament. We talk about star-making performances being done in tournaments, how we've seen many different people have their careers turn like elevated through career playoff performances. People like Michael Jordan, guys like Dwayne Wade. His entire career was made off of his rookie playoff year, and he just elevated from there. You know, if you can show up when it matters the most, when everything's on the line, ladies and gentlemen, that's when moments are made. Ladies and gentlemen, that's when stars are made. And I really feel like that Carmelo Hayes can have a star-making performance in Squeak of Victory by Randy Orton.
Wow. Everybody, that was a fantastic monologue there, Howse. I thoroughly enjoyed that because you made me believe in Carmelo. You made me believe that there's a possibility of a King Carmelo. I mean, I personally would have loved Carmelo Anthony to get that title, but we'll move on. We'll move on. We got Carmelo Hayes. I like it. I can see it. I mean, Carmelo Hayes. Let's just, speak about him from the past year. What a trajectory his career has had. And who has done it? He's done it. He has put himself out there. He has made sure he's taken his time when it's given to him, and he's elevated what he can do. I adore the fact that he is here on the main roster today, and I hope And I really think that this is going to be one of those things where it becomes his moment. He is going to be known as King of the Ring, Carmelo, even if he doesn't win. He's going to have a fantastic performance, and he's going to be like when you wanted to see a Royal Rumble and you were waiting for what Kofi was going to do.
Yeah.
In the years to come, you're going to wonder what Carmelo Hayes is going to do in the King of the Ring tournament. I got Carmelo Anthony on my brain now.
Hey man, no, I totally get it. Love Carmelo Anthony, love his career. Like I said, we're wrestling fans here. We're also big basketball fans here, guys. So yeah, we're definitely we if you guys have listened to this show, you guys know I make basketball and wrestling reference cross together a lot. We've actually dedicated episodes to it, and yeah, it's been fun. But yeah, man, I just feel like Carmelo Hayes has a good chance of going deep in this tournament. I can't pick him as my winner, but you know, like I could definitely pick him as somebody who makes a deep run and makes a good name for himself out of that deep run, you know, because like right now it feels, once again, Dragunov and Jey Uso, I just feel like the winner lies there. But LA Knight and Tama Tonga, man, this is going to be an interesting matchup, I believe. Who do you think is going to come out of this one?
I think Tonga does. I really do.
Yeah.
LA Knight, I like LA Knight, but I don't think this tournament, him winning it or him advancing like deep into it, is that beneficial for him. It's almost just like, okay, well, he went this far in the tournament. But you give somebody like Tonga a platform like this and a tournament like this, especially with him being newer to the fan base of the WWE, you kind of elevate him because we already know what he can do. We already know what he can do. I mean, he's been likened to, I've heard he's actually what they want Solo to be doing. But he can actually physically do all those things.
Yeah.
He can give you that performance. And that's no disrespect on Solo, because what Solo does, I think Solo got the Braun Strowman effect when Strowman showed up with the Wyatt family.
Yeah.
And it was like you were going to either pigeonhole him or he had to completely break away from it. Yeah. So you had this big intimidating dude who can throw dudes around and beat people up. It kind of cemented Solo in this one position. But then you bring Tonga in and it's like, oh my God, like, did we not see what he could do in the ring this last sighting? I mean, this family is amazing. Yeah. It's just amazing. There's not much more I could say about how more amazing they are, but they are fantastic features.
Yeah, and you actually brought something to my brain, raised a good point. I mean, we obviously can't break it down on this episode, but like, we got to think about. I think Solo has hit an interesting point of his career right now, where it's kind of like, okay, they want to do all these things with Solo, and obviously it seems like they're trying to put a pivotal focus on Solo, but also they're bringing in guys who can do what Solo does and better. So it's an interesting, I just feel like right now Solo is somebody who his career, if you got to pay attention to it right now, because he's at a very interesting point in his career. And honestly, this is I just have to say this, no disrespect to Solo or anybody in that family. Solo's a former In Your House guest who I've shared locker rooms with, who I have the utmost respect for, him and his entire family. All I'm saying is right now he's at a pivotal point in his career where it kind of feels like we're getting, it's going to be make or break here pretty soon. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. And I don't want to see it. I want to see him just flourish in what he's built.
Yeah.
But it is getting to that point because you're just adding a plethora of riches we have right now.
Yes.
And in that family, that's what you got. I mean, man, that family tree is just strong. They're
And
just strong.
I'm not even in voice. I'm not even saying like take him off TV. I'm just
No.
saying like there's a possibility that they rewrite some things to, you know, maybe not make him such a focal point of what they're doing, and maybe shift that to somebody else, like rumor having it like a Jacob Fatu. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm with you 100% on that one, and I don't think he would even bat an eye at what you just said on that one, because I mean it's out there. It looked, you can see it every week
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
So,
it's a discussion right now, bro. It's a discussion right now that's being had in the wrestling world. But yeah, man, Tama Tonga. I just think Tama Tonga is, and it almost, you know what, the thought of Tama Tonga, it's these tournaments, but I love thinking in this way. Tama Tonga advancing almost makes me feel like Randy Orton also needs to advance, because they still have that story that's still kind of fresh, that there's still, so it's like, oh my, you know, like, dang, I don't know where we go. But then like also, so Jesus, there's a possibility we can have Tama Tonga versus Jey Uso in the finals. My God, there's so much moving parts here right now, man, that it's like we can talk about it, but there's only like so much really we can do. Trust me, guys, we're giving you the best we possibly can, but like there's just so much moving parts in these tournaments, and it makes for a very fun time in wrestling when we can have these conversations, Voice.
very true. I mean, it just gives us people who like to think outside the box when we're creating content, things like that. When the content that we consume to give to you guys is so amazing like this, and there's so much of it, it's like, oh, the possibilities. We could go so many directions.
Exactly. And like that's why I really am glad that we've had a chance to talk about this King of the Ring tournament, because the way that our minds work, I believe, and the way we look at things, the way we look at tournaments, the way we look at wrestling, I think that it's a great breakdown and a great way for our fan base, our household, our listening audience, our listening and viewing audience here to kind of be like, hey, these guys are really putting thought into what they're doing. They're really putting thought into the content that they're putting out there and trying to give the best possible product. And it's easy. Listen, guys, it's easy to give you guys the best possible product when WWE is giving us their best and we get to talk about it. So it's really cool. But let's move on in this tournament now, and we're going to take it to the Queen of the Ring tournament here, because we got to get through these matches here because we still have a watch long for you guys. Guys, this is going to be a longer episode than what we expected to give y'all, but honestly, I'm cool with it because we're talking. I mean, we have to break this down. I mean, the way that they've presented this tournament is at a level where it's like we have to break down every little bit of it, and that's what me and Voice are trying to give you guys right now. So Shayna Baszler and Io Sky, man, there we go, right there, right off to the races, right there. What are you thinking, bro?
I like this match. I honestly think Shayna is going to walk away with it, but I think there's going to be some type of interference, and it's going to be directed towards Io. I don't know. I want to say it's going to be outside damage control. I want to say that, but I don't think I can say that fully. I think there's going to be some type of trying to help her, trying to do something. And then, as always, something happens.
Yeah.
Maybe, a part of damage control gets in there. But ultimately, Shayna, I really want Shayna to have a fantastic year this year, because I think she deserves it. And I know P has pushed her multiple times in multiple different discussions.
Yeah, he's a fan, yes.
Yeah. And I see exactly where he's coming from with her. And honestly, like we've talked about, this is a tournament that you don't have to win to make a statement. You can make a big impact in this tournament without winning the whole thing. I think this could be a moment where Shayna does that. Maybe aggressively, because we are coming up on the Netflix deal. It's not too far out. We see them slowly changing into a more attitude era type thinking with some of their programming. So it could be something really cool where we see the ruthless aggression of Shayna Baszler. I mean, she is a cage fighter before she came here. Like, she beats people up. She's done it, and she likes it.
Yeah. Honestly, man, I really like the possibilities of this match. I can only imagine. I mean, Damage Control, especially with the fantastic mic work that Dakota Kai has been doing. And if you guys have listened to my excerpt about Dakota Kai was gushing about her command of the mic on a previous episode. So they're clearly heel, which means that Shayna is looking to be the babyface in this one more than likely, or maybe she's just going to be herself and kind of just fill a tweener role. I'd be more satisfied with that. She's definitely like the Ken Shamrock of the women's division. The Steve Blackman, the legitimate badass of the division. I want to see her go far in this tournament. I feel like that Shayna Baszler should pick up this W. I'm a fan of Shayna Baszler because I'm a fan of MMA, and I just love her work, and I love her mat work and transitions, and I just feel like her being the Queen of Spades would be perfect to go side by side with her being the Queen of the Ring, and it feels good. We'll see what happens. There's still a lot because there's some heavy hitters in this tournament, guys. Heavy hitters, so it's going to be hard to pick. But as far as this match goes, I think Shayna's moving on. I do. I really do.
Yeah, I'm there with you.
All right. So we got Lyra Valkyria going up against Zoe Stark, and I know you've kind of talked about this a little bit here as far as this specific match. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you the floor.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I really think this is where Zoe makes her statement. I think this is where Zoe shows the fans exactly why she was signed to the WWE in the first place. Because if you go back and you look at her indie run, she is a phenomenal talent. She is somebody that draws eyes to a ring because, physically, just the way she's put together is a wrestling body. Secondly, the excitement she can bring to a ring when she's in the ring, feeling it, is electric. And then you just put that all together and put her movesets, her attitude, and the ability that she does have. I mean, she's the little pit bull that you don't want to mess with on the block because she's going to win every match. She's going to take you down if you're a mailman. She has no problem doing that. And I really think that this needs to be her statement moment. This tournament, she needs to go far, and I would like her to win it because I think it would really cement something with Zoe Stark, and it would give her such a push with her career that she needs it. Not in the sense that her career needs it, but she needs it so the fans can see what she can do. I think it'll give her that bit of confidence that is going to just push her over the edge for everybody to enjoy watching her on a weekly basis.
Yo, Hype, I know you're going to be listening to this. Could you clip that, bro? Could you please go ahead and clip that monologue for me, please? Because, no, I like, you made me believe in Zoe Stark just now. I think that, and you think about, like, can you imagine, and I'm not, like, trying to be, like, a marky mark here, but can you imagine, I just had this visual in my mind while you were talking, like, badass Zoe Stark after pinning the other finalists in the Queen of the Ring tournament, walking up the ramp, because they usually have the they better have the damn thrones on the ramp. They better have the thrones on the ramp. God, you gotta have it. Make sure that they have the cape there and the crown, and give her a mic. Just give her a mic. Give her 60 seconds to just brag about herself and say, yeah, I did that shit. Like pretty much what Stone Cold. I would love, if they're gonna do this, let Zoe Stark have a Stone Cold moment.
Yeah. I love it. I can
just 60 seconds.
Dude, you just saying that just pictured me. I could see her walking up to the throne like Austin did at the end of that.
Badass strut.
Yeah. Just throwing her hands up. And I mean, you know what she's done with her career. up
yeah.
until now. And you know what she's capable of. I mean, her whole family is capable of. I mean, it would be just such a cool movement. Such a coal movement.
I believe that if they went that route and they just because she does like when I think about how Zoe Stark because I think you man you got me thinking that's why this tournament is great but
Yeah.
I just think about Zoe Stark's strut when she was when she was flanking Trish Stratus last year and I was like
Yeah.
man she's got something on her own like I know they're doing this to put her out there and give her something to do because they do like Zoe Stark they do
Yeah.
that's why they keep rolling her out there to try to give it but like you said what if this is the opportunity where we have our Zoe Stark 316 and we just see badass Zoe Stark come and just be herself and put on good matches because she's actually she's a great she can put together a match. I mean, she can put together a match. But man, I if they can make her like this this badass character on her where she has this Stone Cold Steve Austin type charisma and strut, I just feel like that would fit her and the fans would connect with it.
Exactly. I think it would bring it full circle for her in her and what I mean by that full circle is the fans getting behind her and really pushing her because she's got a good fan base for where she's come from, but it can get bigger and this would be the tournament to do it. This would be the moment to really cement on Zoe Starks.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. I think that's a good point. I do believe that there's a chance that could happen. I just, you know what, Lyra Valkyria is so new and she already has like a lot of prestige on her name already as a former NXT Women's Champion that she can eat this loss and it would be okay.
Exactly.
Like
it'd be perfectly fine.
Yeah, it would be okay. But all right, man, here we go. Nia Jackson, Jade Cargill. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think?
This I can just see so many outcomes of this. If you go one way, if you go the other way, and with this, who needs the win? Who needs it more? They both kind of need it for their career.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Jade just got the tag belts with Bianca, but I mean,
can she really take getting her shoulders pinned to the mat right now? I just don't know if it seems way too early, bro.
But can Nia take a loss to somebody like Jade just coming in? So, like, that's where I'm at with this one. Well, you know what? Since I forced you to make a pick last time, I'm gonna do it on this one, and
okay.
I'm gonna say Jade gets the win.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say they're gonna give it to her, just because I think is Bianca. No, she's not in.
She's in it. She's in the tournament.
She's in it.
She's in it.
So we could see Bianca and Jade in the tournament.
Yes, we could. We could.
I kind of want to see that, but I don't know if I want to see that now, like just yet.
That's my thing. Like I don't know. And here's the other thing. Like this is and I know this is obviously this is a multi-day tournament. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like this isn't like a one event tournament, but like still it's something we've been critical on Jade because we love Jade. I want you guys to know we do love Jade, but we also keep it real here and say what we feel. And we were talking about how she was getting a little bit gassed in that tag team match. And I don't know if you guys know anything about professional wrestling, but if you're getting gassed in the tag team match, I don't believe that you're going to be ready to go in a singles match, and she's going to have quite a few singles matches ahead of her if she goes deep in this tournament. So I wonder about that as well, but I could see her coming out, and if she has a good dance partner like Bianca Belair going up against her, then it could possibly work out. But then it's like, does this mean Jade has to win the whole thing? Because how far is she going to go before she takes a loss? I just don't know exactly the answer to that. But, man, I guess in this one I'll say Jade as well. But I just don't know, bro. I just don't know. But we
what if she takes a count out?
Yep, she can get counted out.
I mean, if Nia goes aggressively, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But there's so many possibilities the way they could play this one.
Yeah. Hype says that Bianca and Jade will face next round if they advance, and that's a good point. I was seeing that too as far as the bracket, and I'm like, we'd be getting Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair in the semifinals. It wouldn't even be the finals, bro. This whole tournament is just disgusting. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. So many possibilities. I don't know if I want to see Bianca and Jade just yet, because we've seen a couple holes in the sail.
Yeah,
it did come to her cardio.
Yeah,
but again, that's emotion too. I mean, like, there were so many factors in that match that I could understand how maybe she got caught up in the moment.
Sure,
and maybe it just took a little wind out of her.
It's not hate, bro. It's not that. We don't do that. It's just like you guys out there that think we hate AEW. We don't. We just when we talk about stuff, we love it so much that we just want it to be better. And that's the only that's it. That's literally it. That's why we do this. So let's move on to this other quarterfinals matchup that I presume will be going down this coming Friday here for the Queen of the Ring tournament. Tiffany Stratton versus Bianca Belair. What do you think?
Bianca. I like
it's easy money.
Yeah, it is. I mean, just because Bianca, it really, in my opinion, looks like they're getting ready to ramp up another big run with Bianca.
Yeah,
and all the things they're kind of piling up around her. It gives her a vast array of storylines that she could go down, and I'm there for all of them. There's not one that you could put Bianca in today that I'm not going to tune in and watch, because, I mean, that woman is completely fire. That she walks around like fire, because everything she touches goes to gold. She's becoming a real treat in the WWE's women's division, for helping, for putting out great content, for just being a fantastic wrestler and a person that we get to enjoy on WWE programming.
Yeah, man. I'm Hype here. He's on the Tiffy train. As you can see here, man. But
I like Tiffany.
I like Tiffany. I'm a big fan of hers. Big fan of what she's doing. But you made a great point. I think we are ramping up for another big Bianca Belair run. I think they've tried to middle her a little bit to try to be like, all right, we're gonna try to keep you away from the main event, because people are starting to get that exhaustion on you. You know, they're thinking they're starting to look at you as super Bianca. And these things happen. It's a real thing that happens in professional wrestling. Overexposure is real, ladies and gentlemen, and that's why you got to try to pull back a little bit. But I think they feel like they've pulled back on Bianca enough, and you got to listen, you have to take advantage of these prime Bianca Belair years, okay? You have to. Look, it's been 10 years, and now we're at the point where we're like, oh man, we're having to think about a WWE without Roman Reigns. Already?
That's crazy.
Already? This soon?
Yeah.
You have to get the best years out of your top talent. So you have to. I understand the Bianca Belair exhaustion. I understand it, and I think Bianca Belair has been great in dealing with all this. And I see why people compare her to John Cena, because they are very, very afraid to turn her heel. They are, because they know that she's a top babyface, and she's a role model to young women all around the world, and it's the truth. Even my youngest daughter, that's her favorite wrestler. So I see that too. But like, you gotta make her greater by giving her other things to do besides, I'm the EST, I'm the best at everything. I just want more layers to Bianca Belair. This isn't new. This isn't the first time I've said this on the show. I love Bianca Belair. I'm a huge fan of what she does. But We can't be afraid to pull the trigger on things and let her do different things and develop her character and know who Bianca Belair is, besides being a sassy woman of color who is at the upper echelon, top-notch athlete. And we're learning more about her. Of course we have, her and her husband Montez Ford. They have that Hulu show, and we know she's a great seamstress and does a great job with her with the gear that she makes. And I definitely see a future for her in that, past her professional wrestling, because she's super talented in that. And I remember there was times when Bianca Belair was walking, she was walking on red carpets. She was at all the big events. I get it. You want to keep her in that light. But look at The Rock. Look at The Rock. Top, upper echelon talent. Came in, hell of a heel run. Hell of a heel run. And look at Roman Reigns. Kind of stuck, middling a little bit there as being the big dog. And then they take a chance. And we get the tribal chief. All I'm saying is, and we're going to get back to it. I know I'm kind of prattling on a little bit. All I'm saying is don't be afraid to try something, because we might have the better version of Bianca Belair right around the corner, and we don't even know it because we're too afraid to try. So, yeah, for me to say that is for me to say this. I think Bianca Belair is going to move on in this tournament. I think she's going to move on in this tournament. But, yeah, man, as far as a winner goes, it's so hard to pick. So hard to pick. All right, so you're locked in on Zoe. You're locked in. And you're gonna be the underdog and squeak by this thing.
I really do, just because it's mostly because of what I built up in my head on a story. You could go with Zoe and really put her in front of a lot of top women, and I think it would be beneficial. But yeah, Zoe, I really think she walks away with this one, like the tournament altogether, as the queen of the ring.
Oh, you know what I would like to see? I'll give you my winner in a second, but you know what I would like to see, Voice?
Let's hear it.
This might be a possible clip, so if if you're still in the chat here, get ready. I would like to see Bianca Belair win the tournament, win the entire tournament, and she be Queen Bianca. And we see this story develop where she's still a tag team champion with Jade Cargill, but she's letting the crown get to her head. And instead of being an equal partnership with Jade, she ends up making the tag team all about herself and Queen Bianca. And we start to see the inflated ego of Bianca Belair. And when Jade has to deal with the fact that her friend, her first real friend in WWE, is starting to big league her a little bit, she starts to push back. Give a little pushback. And Bianca doesn't like that. Bianca, in her mind, it's going to be like, all right, we've been champions. It's time for us to, see what we could do on our own. So during that last title defense, you have Jade in the ring, dragging, trying to get to the hot tag. It's in the heat of the moment. It's in the 11th hour of the match. And you have Queen Bianca there in the corner, ready, got her hand out. She's ready. Come on, we can retain these titles. All you gotta do is tag me. Come on, Jade. Let's go. Jump off the apron. Fuck you. Can't get to her. Nobody there to get to. Bianca backs off. Jade Cargill has to fight on her own. And a valiant effort, but 2 versus 1 is what it is. And ultimately, she loses the World's Women Tag Team Championships due to being screwed over by Queen Bianca Belair.
Yeah. Wow. Did you go to the Haters Ball this weekend?
Listen, I would like to see it, bro. I'd like to see it, bro.
I like it. I would, when they do decide to split those two, I think something that big should go like that. And seeing Bianca jump off the apron and just walk away, give whatever she might give a nephew, she might give a little middle fingers, whatever she gives. I think that could be, especially with the camera work that they do now. You get zoomed in on her, you
Yeah.
get the 8K going. Oh, it would be fantastic. Yeah, I like that story you just painted, man.
And
Hyped up.
honestly, I think that would be a good excuse for Jade to take that loss, because we cannot put her in the undefeated streak. We can't paint her in that undefeated streak corner.
No.
No. Cannot do that. She's got to lose. She's got to
Yeah.
lose. It's got to happen. She has to lose. We can't do that again. I'm sorry, but we just can't.
Yeah,
So
it's
for
been
that,
done way too much.
and here I go, immediately contradicting myself, because I think Jade Cargill's going to win this whole tournament.
Wow. Did you get the concept on that one, fan?
Yes, man, I do. I think she's going to win the tournament, man. I think they're trying to give Jade all the accolades as much as they can as quickly as possible, to build that prestige on her. And I think that it could help her. It could help her to be Queen of the Ring. I think, and I don't want to get lost in the sauce here, bro, and thinking that because Jade Cargill has this amazing look, amazing marketability, that she's not still very new to the company. And she still has to get accolades on her own. Like, you got to think about it. Like, Tiffany Stratton has been in the WWE longer than Jade Cargill. Tiffany Stratton has been in the WWE longer than Jade Cargill. But you wouldn't think that, because Jade Cargill's name has been in the wrestling conversation, because one of the things is that at some point she was one of the hottest free agents, and she was presented in such a way in AEW that you think that she's been, wrestling it longer. Well, she has been wrestling longer than Tiffany Stratton, but she's been out there in the WWE light longer than Tiffany Stratton. She has not. Tiffany Stratton's been with the company longer. So, like, we still have to go in the mindset like, hey, I know Jade feels like she's here and now, but let's not, once again, let's not get lost in the sauce here. Let's put, let's slow down. Jade's still young, and Jade's still developing, and she's still new. And this could seriously still help her career.
Yeah. I know that. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. And Grunmeister chiming in here. Jade does seem like the safer bet. My personal pick would be Tiffany Stratton, because Queen Tiffany seems like a good character to have Charlotte to return and be as a babyface.
And Grunmeister, that's a really good point, because I really feel like Queen Tiffany, she would just seamlessly just melt right into that character. I mean, that's a perfect character for her personality, and the way that Tiffany Stratton is presented in the WWE as this cocky, self-centered, pretty girl with that mean girl energy. Give her a queen title, and what do you think she's going to do with that? I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah. She's going to run, and she's going to make it. And like we've been talking about over and over in this episode, we want the king and the queen of the ring to be something again. And I think she has the ability, if you did give her the crown, she could run with it and make it something.
I agree, man. I agree. Once again, like we said, ladies and gentlemen, many different elements to this tournament, and we just gave it to y'all for over an hour. I mean, we did, and you know what? I'm good with it, because I liked it a lot. I think we covered a lot of bases. I think we really broke down this tournament, which is exactly what we wanted to do, and I dug it. I really, really did, and I hope you guys dug it too out there in the household. We are across all forms of social media right now. We are on X, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitch. We are across all those. And then later on, we'll be on the podcast version, of course, that is on Spotify, that is on Apple Podcast. And guys, our downloads are pushing again, guys, on the podcast. So please go ahead and go give those download, and make sure you subscribe. That's very important. Leave 5 stars, all right? Leave 5 stars, leave a review. Please do all those things. It really helps us get to where we want to be at and stay on those charts and keep us moving forward in a way that we want to. We're working hard to give you guys this content. We really are. We're giving you guys the best of us in the time that we can. Guys, you know, I do my thing in professional wrestling. Like I said, I was just at Emerge doing color commentary. But guys, we're just people, just like y'all. You know what I'm saying? So like, we work 9 to 5s or whatever. Guys, I just worked 8 days straight. 8 days straight, guys. My God. Looking at my first day off tomorrow, and I'm excited for it. But here I am, tired as hell, giving you guys that work when it comes to professional wrestling. And I know Voice is doing the same thing, giving you guys that work. He is the Voice, Josh Joseph, and he's got a million things moving too. But we're coming together, us in your house, to give you guys great content, and that's going to continue because now Voice, we're gonna take a little blast of the past, get those Sunday vibes, and just chill out. And I thank you, Grandmaster. I appreciate that, brother. Really do. Thank you, man. That means a lot. But we're gonna, and I'm gonna enjoy. Listen, I'm about to enjoy my day off right now. I'm about to kick it. Got my little situation right here.
Little situation.
I got my bro, the Voice, Josh Joseph, right here, and we are queued up with a great King of the Ring finals match from 1997. We're going to do a watch-along, a blast, an in-your-house blast from the past watch-along here, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to take a look and a listen to the 1997 finals of the King of the Ring tournament. That's Hunter Hearst Helmsley with China going up against Mankind. Guys, it was a completely different time in the world, a completely different time in professional wrestling. I was just a kid, guys, and it just enjoying wrestling. It's 97. Voice, what was you doing back in 97, man? What were you doing in 97?
Oh, man. 97, I was still, I believe I was trying to pass my classes. I was making sure girls didn't give me cooties, and I was watching WWF.
Yes.
That's what. Yeah, I mean, it was my Saturdays. I mean, WWF was mostly a Saturday thing in my area when our TV channels got it. So Saturday morning, I just tuned in, and I remember this exact storyline. I remember it all, and the introduction to Mankind and how he actually was, and the to me, this was more of a going in depth into Mankind as a character, and us seeing them peeling a layer and giving us more of him. So this is a fantastic time. This is when I was starting to get weird with who I was liking in wrestling, because Mankind was piquing my interest. But he was a weirdo, man. He was pulling his hair out and just throwing things. It was a very unique time in wrestling, too.
Yes, man. This guy was a complete madman.
Yeah, he was.
A complete madman. I love it. All right. So, Grandmeister, geez, man, you're making me feel old.
Yeah.
How young are you, man? How young are you? Let us know in the chat. So, if you guys want to watch along with me and my man Voice here, it's definitely possible. We are on the Peacock app. If you guys have that Peacock app, you only 30? Hey, you only 30. Hey, all right. Yeah, you a youngster, bro. You a youngster.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you coming and checking us out and seeing what we do, bro. So if you have the Peacock app, and maybe you want to join us too, Grandmaster, if you have the Peacock app, It is the King of the Ring 1997. It's they have it in seasons, but that's not really how WWE does it. But if you're looking for it, it's season 5, episode 1, King of the Ring. We are at an hour and 10 minutes and 47 seconds. If you guys want to watch along with us, once again, 1 hour, 10 minutes, 47 seconds. There probably will be commercials that you'll have to go through if you guys are going to watch along with us. And if you need to pause this podcast to get to where you need to be at, I encourage you, if you want to watch along with us, pause the podcast right now and go to the Peacock app, King of the Ring 1997. Once again, 1 hour, 10 minutes, 47 seconds. And once you unpause it, you will be able to watch along with us, because I'll let you know when to hit play. Don't worry, I'm going to let you know when to hit play. And then you can watch the 1997 King of the Ring finals between Hunter Hearst Helmsley and Mankind with myself and the voice, Josh Joseph. Voice, you good to go, man? Where are you at? Are you ready? What are you thinking?
Yeah.
What's going on through your mind?
Oh, I can't wait to watch this this match. Like I said in the chat, this will be probably the 4th and a half time I've watched this in 72 hours.
And I told you not to watch the match. I told you not to watch it. I wanted fresh eyes.
I love this match. Like I told you when you brought it up.
Yeah.
This was absolutely a great, fantastic match to a story that was being told. It actually gave us a peek into the future of what could be with these two, Triple H and Mankind, who ultimately ended up going against him as Mick Foley and Cactus Jack. But at the end of the day, it still doesn't take away that this match started it. This was also a match where we get to see the dead man's hang that he does.
Yeah.
And if most people might not remember Mick Foley doing this very dangerous maneuver, but he used to do it all the time. It's actually a reason why he's missing half an ear for doing it over in other places. But yeah, I absolutely love this match. This was the era that really cemented my Triple H fandom and made me a fan of his throughout his career. I did enjoy the elite Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Yes. I liked that character, but this was also the stepping stone of where in my opinion, I started seeing Triple H in a new light as more than just a blue blood who was able to come down to the ring and wrestle.
Yeah, no, I really like that, man. I like that analysis and the way you broke it down. And honestly, I'm ready to break this match down. We're going to come out of the gate here, and it's going to be a Mankind promo, guys. So when we come on, it's going to be immediate Mankind promo. And you guys have watched us do these watch-alongs before. You guys out there know we cannot play the video on the live version. So it'll just be us reacting. But you guys, if you podcast listeners know that that's how it's always been. Any watch-along that I've done, it's just you guys with me and whoever I'm doing it with, just watching along and reacting to what we're seeing. So, Voice, I'm ready to go. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm ready to go. If anybody's watching along with us in the chat, let us know if you're ready, and we will get it started.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're about ready to go here, and I've got it ready to go. So, man, this match gonna be a good match. Excited for it. 1997. It's been a little bit since I've done a watch along, and I think the last watch along I did involve Mankind again, because I think it was and my God, the last watch along I did was also King of the Ring. It was Undertaker and Mankind, King of the Ring, Hell in a Cell, 98. Yeah. That was the last watch along I did. Crazy. Now I'm doing King of the Ring 97.
Man,
I watched
full circle.
Yeah, I watched Undertaker and Mankind with my son because I wanted one of the new school wrestling fans to see how wrestling was back when we were their age and how crazy it was back then.
Yeah.
So that was a great episode. Go back in the archives and check that out if you guys get a chance to. But all right, I think we've given them enough time here. Let's go ahead and get ready to get this thing cracking. And we'll do this on a 3-second countdown here. If you're ready, voice, we'll go ahead and get it going in 3, 2, 1.
Man, he was such a character, you know.
Yeah.
Every little bit that he put into it. So, fans, you should be coming up on Mankind's amazing promo he does.
Man.
I just can't wait to be king.
He made the Lion King reference.
Yeah. He was even when he was playing these characters like this, you know, the cheap pop that we're all well know of Mick Foley, he was able to do that with, like, you know, social things going on in the entertainment world at that time with movie references. And it gave another dark element to the Mankind character itself.
Yeah, because everything he said I mean, anything that he said is eerie. Let's be honest.
Yes.
You know, so he can say anything and flip it around, and it's like has this eerie vibe to it, and it was such an interesting character in its time. Oh
yeah, and wasn't this just a little bit after his infamous Jim Ross interview?
I believe
Remember
so.
when he attacked Jim Ross?
Yeah.
And that was like the big moment that everybody knew Mankind was completely demented, like he needed help.
Yeah, and he just, I always remember, and I got to talk about this theme for a second. I don't know why this theme struck me so hard as a kid, but I was like, dang, this theme is a vibe.
Yeah.
Oh, and here we go. Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
With China. Tell me you don't miss China.
I do miss China. His bodyguard, crazy.
Man, just to think where she would be today in the women's division, like as a mentor and things like that. Like,
could you imagine the pedestal they would hold her on?
Oh,
in this current landscape of women's wrestling and the revolutionary that she was in her time?
I honestly don't know why she doesn't have a tournament trophy for her towards
that would be amazing. I just don't want her legacy to be forgotten.
Yeah. And plus, yeah, I mean, come on. Trips.
Man.
It's China. It's Joni. You toured the world with her. Let's give something. Like, let's let this generation know what China was.
And even now, look at how she's playing her role perfectly. She's
exactly.
The female bodyguard, like, imposing. Look at the arms on her. I mean, and I know we're here to talk about this match for sure, but I have no problem gushing about China. She was really great in her time with pretty much every role she was given.
Oh, yeah. Her and Eddie. I mean, come on. That was a
perfect. So good.
She was the first mommy.
Yep, she was the first mommy. Yep. Mamacita. Now she's got to get back to the ring here as this match is now underway. You know, I really, in the blink of an eye, it's like seeing a king going up against a peasant, you know?
Yes. I was thinking that too. Like the time it was more like in your school, it would be like the skater kids going up against a preppy kid, you know, in the lunchroom over something. But I mean, Triple H really, like, this character that he played, the blue blood, the grace that he brought to it, it was magnificent. Like, it was like very well done by somebody who you could see was working through to what they could become. Like
Yeah.
they knew there were going to be something more than this, but just to see the character development. I mean, this Blue Blood went into DX,
Yeah. Yep.
one of the most controversial groups in the world. And I really loved the mat work with these two. Anytime they were in a ring with each other,
Oh, well,
they
they were
just
so
played
familiar
so
with each
well.
other.
Exactly, 100%. And
it's
it really showed.
And it's crazy, man, because it's like, and you're right, it showed. It's crazy because like I'm watching these two right now, and I'm like, I think at the time that I was watching it, I didn't realize that I was watching what was going to end up being the future of WWE, because Mick Foley still has a strong legacy, not just in WWE but in wrestling period. And then look, we have Triple H, who is now making a huge splash in professional wrestling with his booking decisions. I just didn't realize that we were seeing such greatness at the time that I was watching it.
Yeah, it's kind of humbling when you look back at it, you know?
Yeah.
Like you're just like, wow, look what just sitting and learning and just doing the little things to your character can get you. A guy running a company now, and a guy who is considered, like, people would put Foley is God on a sign and hold it up.
Yep.
I mean, that's a big statement.
It really is. Huge statement for sure. We got Triple H taking the powder out here. That's Vince and Jim Ross on commentary, isn't it?
It is. And they brought up the Dude Love character.
Yeah, I heard.
At the beginning of this. Yes, I really liked these two as commentators too, because they were very smart in the way they played off each other. I mean, I always loved the King and Lawler together. I thought they were humorous, but the way that Vince and Jim Ross were able to put together, creating an audible visual picture for what you were watching was amazing.
Absolutely. And like, as much as I know people think a million things about Vince McMahon, I totally get it. I'm not here to ride home about Vince or anything, but I just want to say, listening to this commentary, like the way he broke everything down so analytically during a match, like he was a really, really good commentator. He really was.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, he had the ultimate advantage in it, knowing these guys so well because he was on tour with them.
Yeah.
You know, so he could get that little bit of insight that I know as a commentator, I've gone back in the locker room and tried to get out of the guys, you know, how to make their character come more alive with my words.
Yeah, and that's the same thing that I try to do at Emerge or anywhere that I do commentary, is because of the unique relationship that I have with so much talent through this great podcast. Like, I'm able to help enhance the show through those personal relationships because I can tell a better story on commentary. And I really feel like that you made a great point when you're talking about what Vince McMahon is bringing to the table to this King of the Ring finals match.
Yeah. I mean, he was, and Secret Time, I stole that from you. When that was like one of my very first questions I ever asked when I watched a podcast of yours.
Really?
Is how you get so in depth with these guys. Yeah. And right you answered pretty much exactly the same way. Oh.
Right on, man. Right on. Love it. Full circle moment here. We're me and my man Voice watching the King of the Ring tournament here. It looks like they're both down right now. It looks like Mankind and Helmsley both down, but Helmsley's now taking advantage here. And man, what a physique Triple H had back then. It was a very unique physique and a very unique character, and also his character work. I think I didn't realize that Triple H, because let me ask you this. Could this be some of Triple H's best character work? And I asked that for a reason, because after he became Triple H, he was more just kind of being himself. And it's like, is that not saying that that's not character work, but I feel like him being Hunter Hearst Helmsley, he had to go outside of his bag a little bit. He couldn't really be Triple H. Do you think that Hunter Hearst Helmsley might be some of his best character work?
Oh yeah, I would say that. Just because of the fact of, if you look back into that time of his career, who he was trying to emulate, who he was taking little bits from, it really, it made this whole character like come alive. and him having to go outside of his range because he used to use the like if he didn't talk, you would think he was English. Just the way he would use his facial expressions when people
Yeah.
talked back.
Yeah. I thought
when
he
they
was
cut
Brit,
those.
bro. When I was a kid, I thought he was British.
I did too. I
Not
did too.
lying. I promise you.
Yeah, I honestly like in my kid brain, I thought he was English. I thought the British Bulldog scouted him and brought him over, and
Yeah.
that's how we
Yeah.
got like, dude, like there was a whole world that happened to my head.
I love it, man. I love it.
You know what I really appreciate about these two
What's that?
in any match that they're in, when they do corner work, they make so much out of so little in a corner. Like the way that Triple H will guillotine Mick Foley onto something, like the turnbuckle he just did about 3 minutes ago. Just that little bit really showed you that Triple H really wanted to be the king of the ring.
Yeah.
And he was willing to do anything he could to achieve that. Ooh, China's finally got into
Here we go.
the match.
I knew that was coming. And it's crazy how I can see it now because I saw Helmsley jaw jacking with the referee, and I saw the positioning of China. And just being a manager, I was like, oh yeah, the positioning is too perfect, and she took advantage. Like, yeah, man, this is a good match. This is a good match.
Yeah, and it took a while for the match to go through before she even got involved.
Yeah.
That's what I really liked about it too.
Yeah, and it's like you were saying, they were doing some of that corner work there. Honestly, as you were talking about it, and I'm loving how this is like this match here is like a actual. Oh my goodness, you got caught up.
There
oh
it
my
is.
gosh, yo,
There's the dead man hang.
Oh my god.
That's what ripped off Mick Foley's ear back in the day.
I forgot about that.
Yes.
Yo,
it actually tore his
he almost got choked.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw the mask come off and then he had to put it back on.
And then right after that,
moving over in China's direction. Oh!
Yeah. You remember his head banging off that metal?
Yeah, I do. Oh. Jesus. Foley's a madman.
He is. And let's give it up for Foley's stair work. He makes his stair look like it is putting you in a hospital.
Yo, you know who else is good at that? Sami Zayn.
Oh.
Sami Zayn has those stairs where it feels like he's just like the lights are on but nobody's home, you know?
Yeah. No, you're 100 on that. I never thought about that, but now that you bring it up, I love this.
He's great at that, and Foley's great at. I always liked his knee because it always felt like it was just the precision that he put behind it, you know?
Yes,
like he's like,
exactly.
I'm getting air and I am completely hitting the spot that I want to, because he got his eyes focused down. That's a very precision knee that he's been doing throughout the course of his career.
Yes, very true.
Damn, I miss Triple H wrestling.
Me too. Now you know why I watch this so many times.
Yeah, he's always so clean. But not only could he be clean in the ring, in his later years, we saw him get so dirty, you know?
Yes, very true.
Triple H has had an incredible career.
Especially in this feud itself, how dirty both these guys got in their matches with each other.
Yeah. Oh, hung him up on the rope. Hung him up on that second rope. Looks like he's gonna go for a pin. He's going for a pinfall.
Yeah. And you gotta really respect at this time how they kept because not all of the big high flying moves no one's come up with them yet.
I'm sorry, he hung him up a second time. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the fact that they're doing stuff like what you just seen, that big just dropping snake eyes right on the ropes, those were huge moments for us as kids watching this.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's got him up again. Oh, no. Oh. He just went down.
Yeah.
Referee doing good work here, figuring out if everybody's good. And now they're back again. It's a lot of this match voice has been such a slugfest.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, if you remember back to this rivalry kicking off, this was like the first time we seen the sadistic side of Triple H.
Yeah.
And we already knew what Mankind was capable of, but they start giving him a human side at this, like during this match. Vince actually, I missed that move.
Oh my gosh. Big impact.
I missed that move so much. That is such a cool move. But Vince brings it up. He brings up how eloquent Mankind is when he speaks, and you started seeing that Vince was starting to humanize Mankind.
Yeah, that's a good observation. Ooh, just throw him out of the ring.
Yeah, just like a sack of laundry.
Yeah, just treat him. He's just trash. Oh, try for the baseball slide. Oh!
Yeah, and that was the outside back in the day, man.
Yeah.
That's not the one today.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt. See, this is the type of finals match I want to see here in 2024, where it seems like they're putting everything on the line. Oh, that big elbow. I love it.
Yes.
Everything on the line in the finals. That's what we want.
No,
like
you're
it feels like there's a sense of urgency.
Yeah, like these two are like fighting. Like whoever wins this gets to keep living.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's
like a fight to the death for sure.
Exactly, and that's what I loved. Oh, love that DDT.
Double arm DDT. Oh, I love it. Yes. The double arm DDT. Oh, but the distraction.
China.
Oh, and he could have won that match, but China doing a great job as a manager and distracting.
And that was such an amazing feature of her.
And now listen, I'm sorry, listen, right? The crowd's pissed.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. It's pedigree time. No, it's not.
Oh.
Oh, mandible claw. Here we go.
He's got it in.
He's got it in there.
Oh.
Oh. Threw him out. Got it. Oh. It was China.
Again, a manager being in the perfect positioning to make sure you don't lose.
Yeah, her positioning was great. Like, honestly, I'm admiring this match, but I'm also admiring China's placement where she needs to be at in the match, and it's just perfect.
Oh,
nice neck breaker.
When was the last time you seen a reverse neck breaker to the outside?
I would listen. Somebody needs to do that today. Like, I want to see that.
Exactly.
I want to see that in this landscape.
Imagine Zoe doing it.
Oh, that'd be dope. Oh yeah.
And I loved how they brought up Mankind's career, like how he was in the death matches. He was, he's been in this atmosphere before. They really knew how to paint a picture for the fan when it came to Mankind.
Great at being the lyrics to the song. Oh my God! The mask is off. We got the mandible claw again on the top rope.
Oh.
This man has patches of hair out of his head.
Yeah.
What a madman.
I mean, he would just rip them out of his hair. Just rip them right out of his head. In an
Dedication
interview.
to the character. Look at him.
And if you're watching along and you've never seen a Mick Foley match and you're like wondering, how does a man of this body type do these things? he's been doing this forever.
Yeah.
And this is not even a smidgen of his highlight reel.
His dedication to this character is just insane. Like to play this like mental patient basically, and be this dedicated to it by having patches of his hair shaved out of his head and just being this complete madman and playing the character, the boiler room brawls, like, oh my god, it's God.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. No, you're good. I'm watching too.
Oh my God. That's the second time his head has hit that steel.
Yes, it has. Yes, it is. Yes, my God. Oh my! And then his head hits the back of the steps. Good Lord.
I mean, watching this, take it and think of the evolution of just this storyline, and this is the start.
Yeah, this is the start. That's crazy. Oh, he's on the table. What's happening? Oh no. Oh no. It's happening. Oh! The table just collapsed. Pedigree on the announce table for you podcast listeners.
Yeah. And for your podcast listeners, that's at least the fifth big hit his head has directly hit.
Oh, the impact. They showed the replay there. Sorry, you're not seeing people go through tables like that anymore. It's always the vertical, the straight down the middle. Like, no, he just exploded his face on that table. And once again, oh! What was that she cracked on him?
It looks like a pipe. Like it looked like it was
scepter. It said still scepter.
Oh yeah, that scepter. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, Mankind never stood a chance. Oh my God! He just hit the cameraman. What is happening anymore?
Oh, that cameraman better have gotten a bonus.
For real. Good God.
He took a bump.
He did. That's a story he's going to be telling for the rest of his life.
I would.
Good Lord. And this match continues, ladies and gentlemen. What a match. What a match. Helmsley's rolling Mankind into the ring. Looked like he's looking to finish it. He's pulling him in the middle. And he's pinning him. Oh, still kicked out.
He got out. And I mean, come on. This actually showed that Mankind can wrestle.
Yeah. If anybody says that this man can't wrestle, I'll show you a stupid man. Oh, pedigree. All right, that's it. Good Lord. God, the way he hit those pedigrees back then.
Yeah, those were he didn't let go. Those were straight down. You took your face. Whatever his legs did not cover, your face was taking.
My God. What a match.
Such a great match, especially for this tournament.
Yeah.
I think that this match embodies everything that we've been talking about, what we want out of this tournament, continuing and everything. It's just such a great match.
Look at him demanding. He's demanding. He's demanding his crown.
Yeah. I mean, like I've been saying throughout this whole match, this was the start of this feud, this beautiful story that continued for years to come. And I mean, it went into chaos. These guys, they set each other on fire. They threw each other into pallets, and Triple H got a big spike that went through his calf, and blood was gushing out. Like this thing has went through New York's streets. It's gone everywhere, and this was the start of it all.
now is being presented with the robe. He just took it. He's just gonna have China do it because why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why should this random be able to touch the king?
But again, it makes it meaningful when
Yeah.
you do little things like that.
Yep.
Man,
King of the Ring, 1997. Getting his crown, putting it on. Oh, okay, no, not putting it on. Not putting it on. Just more ass whoopings. Like you said, just the beginning of of what became a very storied and personal rivalry.
yeah. So like I said, when you suggested this one, I was all over it. Their feud is one of my favorite all-time feuds. It's almost like a fairy tale to me, just because
That's cool.
how beautiful the chaos was built into it and the dedication that both men put into their promos. I mean, Triple H, when he would go against Mick Foley, Mankind, whoever you wanted, when you seen him on Raw, he was bandaged up. He made you believe that Mick Foley, Cactus Jack, whomever he faced, took him to that limit and made him believe that he could be defeated by that man, but not that night. That night he walked away.
And look at this. Mankind still wants more.
Still wants more.
I love it. Just, oh, what a match. What a rivalry. What a time. My God, it was the King of the Ring 1997, the finals, where Hunter Hearst Helmsley defeated Mankind to become the King of the Ring tournament winner in that year, 1997. Man, what a match. What a time. It's great. I'm just watching the last parts of it here.
Oh yeah, I mean,
they're transitioning to the next match, but I'm just watching it as it's ending, and there it's ended there as it goes into the commercial here, and I'm gonna go ahead and pause it now. But my God, what a watch, man!
Yeah, it was a fantastic watch. I was so happy when you suggested that. That just honestly, it made me put my thinking. We're on the same wavelength. Let's ride that wave and see what happens. And I honestly, I mean, fifth and a half time I've watched it. It doesn't get any less better. I absolutely love this match. There's so much meaning behind it. And like I've gone on and on about it, but in true honesty, for me, this brings this match the start of not only a friendship that happened outside the ring and through touring with these guys, but a beautiful rivalry that we all got to enjoy growing up in the Attitude Era.
Yeah, man. That was a hell of a watch. Really glad that we kept it in the spirit of things with the King of the Ring tournament just being so awesome, and we managed to belt out a 2 damn hour podcast just on King of the Ring alone. My God,
Yeah.
This
Why
is
don't you get at us? Get at us, WWE.
Yeah. This is quite possibly the most powerful podcast of In Your House history, because we've sit up here and just pushed out content for 2 hours, and all of it has been just circling what's been a great current tournament and the prestige of that tournament. And my God, it's just it wasn't meant to be this long, but it had to be. I mean, it just kind of had to be. So I'm not mad at it, man. And we got Monday Night Raw coming up here in another half an hour, and the Raw preview has dropped on email. And I'll just throw that out there real quick, and then we got to get this. We got to get out of here. We got Women's World Champion Becky Lynch is in action. Main event, Jey Uso battles Ilya Dragunov as the King and Queen of the Ring tournament continues. Kofi versus Gunther. Shayna Baszler, Io Sky. Lyra Valkyria versus Zoe Stark. Pretty much what we talked about earlier. The matches that we thought was going to be tonight are tonight, and that's what we're looking forward to there on tonight's Monday Night Raw, man. But this has been a great episode, but I got to make sure I give you the opportunity to plug anything that you want to plug, anything that you got going on, man. I'll go ahead and give the floor to you. What do you got going on, man?
All right. Well, as you guys all know, you can join me next Monday. We will be back right into the Raw review preview show. I believe I'm going to have Grunmeister be joining me for that one. We're going to test him out and see if he enjoys it because I really like his insight. A lot of fans responded well to the interview I had with him during the wrestling portion.
Cool.
So we're going to give him a shot and see what he does. You can always catch me at the Sunday in your house parties when we have them. They are fantastic, and there is always so much content that is just created in that hour and a half that we get together and do. Today was an amazing show. I love doing these with Howse. Anything in your house is definitely something you need to gravitate towards. Come join us. Come be a part of the Window Lickers. We're doing things out there. I got some new drops coming out. I've been messing around with AI. Don't tell Elon Musk. I know he's a little against it right now, but I've been messing around with the music and on that, and it's turned out pretty fun. I've enjoyed a lot of the music that is pushed out to me. But definitely go out and check my friend Hypocrisy Jones and everything he does. Sundays you can catch him with the Kokomo Press doing the stand-up that they do. I forget the bar's name that they do it at.
I know they do it on Thursdays, and I know they had one this past Saturday that
they had
pretty well.
A Mother's Day special one, I believe they did this Saturday.
Yeah. Yep.
Something about Mama's Boy or something like that. But anyways, go check out Hypocrisy Jones. You guys don't know it, but like he's always in the scenes. He's always doing something. Check out what he's doing.
He's in the mix.
Yeah, he's a fantastic feature. And always drop out and see my friend Paragon and all the world's most dangerous crap he's doing, because Paragon is into so many things. Sometimes I catch him. He's on a plane going to an amazing place I've wanted to go to. So drop in, check out my friends, check out everybody that I hang out with. We got the Lou popping in. Check him out. He's a fantastic video game streamer. You will enjoy his content. He'll be doing stuff tonight, video games with the buddies, where we, the fans, get to go in and play video games with Lou, have a good time out there. But in your house is where to be, and that's where you can find the voice, Joshua Joseph, doing all the Window Licker things.
Man, we appreciate you coming through, and I appreciate you coming through personally and making this episode really great. Mondays it can be crazy days, man. And after work and heading to Columbus for commentary on Saturday, I was gassed out yesterday after I got home from work. So I was happy we was able to get together and have such a big episode, because I felt like we owed it to him. And we really like broke down. I love the way we broke down the tournament, and like I realized how long we got into it, and I was like, we probably talk about this for 30 or 40 minutes. But then when I really started looking at it, I was like, no, man, there's so much to unpack here that we need more time. And then the watch-along was great. So just all together, just a really, really great, solid, jam-packed episode that I think the household are definitely going to appreciate, man. So appreciate you coming through as always and blessing the mic and blessing the podcast. It's been really great. But as far as me, guys, you already know where I'm going to be at. Right here at In Your House, doing what I do, giving you guys that work when it comes to professional wrestling. I was just at Emerge for a great show, whatever may come. And man, a lot of things happened in that show. We got a chance to see Marty Bell return, and she defended against Jocelyn Navarro, and so much, just many great matches and many great happenings. President Hadley featured there, Chet Ripley also. You have the Coles, Dylan and Damian. They're going up against the Portrait. They went up against the Portrait of Perfection, and then you had the return of one of my guys. That's right, Con House guy. That is Mr. Broadway, Kendall Fire, as he made his return to Emerge Wrestling, picked up a big victory and captivated the crowd. It was a great vibe and a great night, but now we push forward, and we push forward in a way of great magnitude, of great prestige at Emerge Wrestling. And one thing that I always talk about at Emerge Wrestling is opportunity. And a great man who is my GOAT professional wrestling manager once said on commentary, with chaos comes opportunity. That's Paul Heyman. And the opportunity is going to present itself June 1st at the Emerging Stars Tournament. Emerge 79, the Emerging Stars Tournament, where every single participant in this tournament has never wrestled in Emerge Wrestling, never stepped through that curtain for Emerge, never been in that Emerge locker room, and now we're looking to give a little opportunity in this tournament that is a memorial tournament to Steve Brannon, and it's going to be a great, great vibe. Voice, real quick, we love tournament style competition. We just talked about it for 2 hours, man, and now Emerge is going to be having a big Emerging Stars tournament, man. It's going to be a great, great vibe.
Yeah, I seen that the other day. There was a post that was floating around, and I thought, man, that's a brilliant capitalizing on the tournament season,
Yeah,
and having a Rising Stars. Is there anybody in it that you've heard that you thinks might take this one?
well, I can't give names yet, but I do know. I do know, but we do have one announced name, and we'll announce. As a matter of fact, we'll announce it here on the show. They just announced it on the Emerge social media pages about 2 hours ago as we were starting this podcast. The first entrant of Emerge 79 Emerging Stars, the Emerging Stars tournament, is Idris Wolf. And he's a great young star. He is trained out of Shelbyville, Indiana, New Era Wrestling Academy, and he's got a great look and a great vibe. He's somebody who I've had conversations with, and I know he's a listener of the podcast as well. And he's going to be making his debut in the Emerging Stars tournament. It's going to be great.
That's awesome. Well, good luck to him. The others, whoever you may be, good luck to you. But right now, I can only really give it to, how do you say his name again?
Idris Wolf. Idris Wolf.
Idris
Yeah.
Wolf. I like that. It's
a very cool. Very cool. Very
yeah.
cool.
So, I mean, check out Emerge. Do your due diligence and check out who they're bringing out, who's going to be in this tournament, and you might find a new favorite out there on the indie circuit.
Absolutely. We say it all the time, support the indies, because you never really know who you're going to see out there that's going to be that next star that's going to be on your television. And that's why I love doing things like this Emerging Stars tournament dedicated to the memory of Steve Branham. And it's the Steve Branham Memorial Emerging Stars tournament. Just I want to be clear on that, because it's not just any tournament; it's a memorial tournament, and it's a tournament that represents opportunity in Emerge Wrestling. I really love what we're doing. It's a great vibe. This is going to be a great tournament. Brackets will be announced on the next episode of the Rundown, which I'm usually a part of the Rundown. I go down to a radio station in Columbus, Indiana, and we shoot the Rundown. And it's just so cool, such a great thing to be a part of. But we're gonna have brackets. It's gonna be we're doing some really cool things to kind of enhance this tournament and give it that big tournament feel with brackets. And we'll hopefully be passing out brackets to fans and stuff. And yeah, I'm excited for this, man. Gonna be great.
Yeah. Send one my way. I'll fill one out. That sounds awesome. And really, I like how they're capitalizing off this. The tournament vibe. I love it. This is great marketing, great way to really bring the fans into something for these new young talents. So that's awesome. Keep doing what you're doing, Emerge. I share your stuff as much as possible, especially when our friend Paragon shares it. It definitely goes to my link and sent out. So we love what you're doing out there. Yeah,
most definitely, man. I love being a part of this company. I love being a part of what we're doing. It's very cool to not only be a color commentator for the show, but to be such a pivotal part of what the show is putting on. Emerge Wrestling gives me opportunities. Emerge Wrestling listens and you know, likes a lot of the ideas that I've thrown out there for the company. And I've been given an opportunity to do all the things that one of my heroes in wrestling have done, Paul Heyman, and that's do things like commentary and managing and talent scouting and just all these awesome, cool things. So yeah, most definitely much love to Emerge Wrestling out there in Columbus. This Steve Brandon Memorial Emerging Stars Tournament is going to be very cool, and I cannot wait to call my first tournament-style professional wrestling event next month. It's going to be amazing. But yes, I'm excited. But other than that, guys, I'm right here, and you guys already know it's me, Concept, Conman, Alakan House. That's on all those social medias. That is X, that is IG, and that's Facebook. And then, of course, this podcast here, it's In Your House Pod on X. Give us a follow there. And guys, that's HOWSE, and the W stands for work. So, guys, really appreciate you guys coming out. And, guys, for the voice, Josh Joseph, for Hypocrisy Jones, for the world's most dangerous podcaster, Paragon, I am Alakan the Concept House, telling you to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to hop on this bandwagon. Get on or get gone, because the household is still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week.